Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Robert. Today we're going to be reviewing the borderless edition of the SMITH-WAITE Tarot deck. This one is by US Games, and the first words that come to mind when I think or see this deck or work with this deck is, this is a no-brainer. If you collect decks like I do, if you collect Oracle or Tarot decks like I do, this one is a must. This one is one that you definitely want to have on your bookshelf. It's really well done. It's borderless, which makes a huge difference, at least to me. The images are clear, the colors are super nice, and very nice printing job that they have done with this deck. So let's get into it. Of course, this is the front of the box. Here, the side of the box, US Games. The back of the box, which they chose to use the Three of Cups, which is one of my favorite cards. And I find that the fact that they use the Three of Cups for the back of the box is very appropriate, because this should be a celebration, really. And it is a celebration. This deck is really well made. Here is a description, and I'll read this for you. The borderless SMITH-WAITE tarot deck features the tarot artwork created by Pamela Colman Smith in 1909 under the direction of Arthur E. Waite. The borders have been removed to allow the reader to focus on the full pictorial scenes created by Pixie. This 84-card deck also includes 4 reproduction samples of her non-tarot artwork. So yeah, we'll go over the cards. I'll show you what those extra cards are, of course. But this is just a regular talk box, and let's get into it. As I said, this is a talk box. I have to say, I'm not into talk boxes, but this one in particular doesn't really bother me. It's pretty well made. It's pretty sturdy, believe it or not. I use this deck pretty regularly, and it has held up pretty well, as you can see. So a talk box, but I would say on the firmer side of a talk box. So not a bad one, really. And as many of you may know, I keep the boxes that my decks come in, and this one is one that I will be keeping for sure. So it comes, of course, with a little booklet. This booklet is very standard for US Games. Introduction. Then, of course, moving on, you have the greater arcana meanings. Then you have the lesser arcana meanings. And here, of course, go into the pentacles. You have the art of tarot divination, and it gives you some spreads. Yeah. And then interestingly enough, they give you a space for notes. You know, it's not a big space, but hey, they thought about that. So I find that interesting. So that's the booklet. Nothing out of the ordinary there. And here's the deck. The deck is pretty much tarot-sized deck. This is the back of the cards, of course. The color is very nice, to me at least. I've heard other people that were not pleased with the color, but I find the color to be nice. It's like a green. It's like a navy green, I would say. Of course, they are reversible, as you can see. And that's what one of the cards look like. And as you can see, they are very nice. The fact that there's no border, the fact that you just see the picture right in front of you, it doesn't distract. And I'll speak for myself, but it doesn't distract me. It just allows me to look at the image and really focus on the image. And that's why I love this borderless scenario here. The colors are not super bright. They're kind of tamed, but they don't need to be super bright. They're enough. The images are sort of grainy. I don't know if you can call it that, but what I mean by that is that they're not solid colors. They're grainy. For example, here, if you look at the dress, the bottom part of her dress, it has tones of orange and red, and you see the sky here also is grainy, and the water here, you can see that it's also grainy. So that's that's what it looks like. That's what they look like, and I really like it. I really enjoy this deck very, very much. And very clear and crisp. These images are crisp. I've seen a lot of Smith-Waite decks that where the images don't are not so clear and are not so defined. But here's not the case. Here they're really clear, and this really I find that a big, big plus. The cardstock quality is really, really good. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. It's just card, a really nice cardstock. So enjoy it very, 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 very much. Which I have other US game decks where I haven't really enjoyed the cardstock, but I cannot say that that is the case with this deck. This deck uh, has very, very nice cardstock. No gild, which to me is fine. Shuffling is really, really nice. I don't ripple shuffle. I shuffle like this, and they shuffle really, really beautifully. There's not a problem. I have small hands, so the size is good. They fit perfect. They're not too thick. They're not too thin. It just fits really well, and they slide really well. And of course, fan situation, really, really nice, as you can see. They slide really well. Let's pick a card. What do we have? Ah, the Page of Swords. And so, yeah, really nice. You see, once again, with the grain, yeah, you can see that. It's kind of nice. It gives it sort of like an old sort of feel to it. It doesn't bother me. I really like this deck. This deck is really beautiful. So it's really wonderful. And you can see really everything crystal clear. So really nice deck. Let's go let's get into the cards and the images. And of course, as usual, I will do a flip through for you. I will set this here. I will play some music, and as I always say, enjoy the ride. Okay, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. That really helps. And one more little thing before I let you all go. These are the 4 extra cards that the deck comes with. Of course, I already showed them to you, but they also come with a description card of what those cards mean. So that's that, everybody. And as I always say, until the next time.